Okay, so which one of these is not a gun? Okay, quick, take your pick. Trick question. They're all guns. Even this. Just the subject of this video, the rest of this is just some eye candy. This is an RJ Braverman pin gun. 22 long rifle. Very cool. I just made another video on my, if I could only own 2 guns, which would they be? And I figured while I'm here, I'm going to make this video on the pin gun. I have wanted one of these ever since gun websites made a bunch of videos about them several years ago. They are extremely cool. They are the only pin gun that's not in any other weapon, which is an NFA item. Most of them come in a box or with this little scabbard, which is pretty cool. I'm no longer using that scabbard to carry it because the little leather piece on it is ancient and kind of falling apart. I have a Maglite Holder, which I think this is for a stream light, but it's the same idea. Just to protect it while it's in my pocket. And yes, I'm carrying it because if you own a pin gun, you are like obligated to like carry that thing, you know? There's no reason not to. It is in no way practical for self-defense. But the instant you pull that out when someone is, you know, assaulting you or whatever, they'll go, holy shit, is that a pin gun? And the assault stops. Okay, I'm joking. But seriously, when you shoot people with it, you should like hum the James Bond theme song because that'll also throw them off. I'm going to go over some of the features of this gun. Includes, first off, it does have a safety. This collar here rotates, which is apparent, more apparent from this side. This position is fire. This position is safe. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell from the markings. There's a F and an S engraved right there, and basically it means that that's fire and that's safe. That's the best I can tell. Looking at the internal mechanics of the gun, this is definitely fire. Okay. As to what they were thinking when they marked it, I don't know. To load the gun, you unscrew the barrel, and it's a 22 long rifle. You pop one in there, and let me thread this back on, out from in front of the camera, and you just twist it back on to load it. Whenever you want to fire, you press up on this trigger. I'm not going to do that because it's a rim fire and I really don't want to dry fire it. But this goes all the way inside of the gun when it fires, basically. I'll dry fire it once. When it's out of the safe position and fired, okay, in order to cock it, you have to recollapse it. But before you can even reload it, you have to recollapse it because it will not allow this to spin after it's been struck. So you have to cock it, close it, open it, and then you may undo the barrel. Okay. That's about all the controls there are to this gun. It does have a little metal pocket clip there to make it look like a pin. Could be handy if you want to carry it. I'd be afraid of losing it doing that. Anyway, that's about all there is to the controls. Like I said, if you really want to see some more videos and stuff on it, go look at gun websites. He has a lot of cool videos on it he did some years ago. You Google Braverman pin gun, his videos are the first thing that comes up. Trying to think of what else I wanted to say about it. Oh, I did shoot it a couple times yesterday. I went out of city limits to a little creek I know and popped a couple of 22s down there, which is legal to do, just to clarify. It was very controllable. You can't really aim it that well because there's no sights. It's a very small gun. I mean, compared to the full-size 1911 there, it's definitely in the Derringer category. I have to say, of the guns I own, this is one of 3 or 4 that I will never sell. I would rather use it to rob banks than sell it. There aren't very many of those, but they do exist. Ow. They do make other calibers of this at the gun shop where I found this, which was a pretty cool gun shop in southern Missouri. They had a bunch of weird stuff. The guy who owns it collects unusual guns, and he had his whole collection there on display, which included a Dardic semi-automatic revolver and 2 of these. One that I bought that was for sale, and the other one that's not for sale that also had the .22 Magnum barrel. And they also make this in 25, 32, and 380, which I think a 380 version of this would be very interesting. Gun Website's version has a threaded barrel, which would be very cool to have done. And you can thread a suppressor on it and have a suppressed pin gun, which is just even cooler. And also very James Bond. I've been comparing it a lot recently with my little Beretta Jetfire, which is also kind of a spy type gun. Very small, tiny caliber, infinitely more practical than the pin gun. Oh, price-wise, it's a good thing to discuss. These things have gone up. Apparently they used to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $100 back when they came out. And then for a long time they cruised around the $500 mark after they stopped making them. And now, if you find one, they are $1,100, $1,200. I did not pay that for this. I traded a AK-74 Polish Tantle for it, which you can imagine what I had in that, and was thrilled to get the pin gun for that. Like I said, I don't really care what it costs because I'm never going to sell it. I mean, I care, in that I don't want it to cost too much, but value-wise, it's more valuable to me than it ever will be to anyone else. Okay, if I were to sell this thing, I'd want 10 grand. Okay, so once they get up to 10 grand, I might find someone who wants it worse than me. But until then, I'm probably going to be keeping this thing. Eventually, I'll get some shooting footage with it because it's just cool enough. It needs it, I think. I'm not a big shooting footage person usually. It's my new favorite gun, probably. Which, that's the video I'm about to make after this, and it is my new favorite gun. Just to let you in on the secret. I don't know, I may not make that video. The 2 on the table are really hard to beat. Those are a couple of my other favorite guns. It's a Vietnam era M16 and a military-issued Colt that was stripped down for parts, and then I rebuilt it from a parts kit. It was originally made in 1914 and was remade in 2014. I think that's pretty cool. This is also cool. It's hard for me to pick now. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Be sure to thumbs up the video, like, subscribe, whatever. See you guys later.